as well. Definitely, of course, no slouch whatsoever either of these players, and just because. You know, just because Anathema won the last set does not at all mean that that makes this one sort of mandated to go to his favor as well.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I love that you brought up Peanut, because Peanut, again, yesterday actually won our Ganon bracket.
Yeah. What's that about?
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Got to shout out the Ganon bracket for sure. Taking it over a Georgia local by the name of Olive, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, and phenomenal player, that one as well. Absolutely no slouch. But going to go ahead and get into this set here. Town and City is the pick here. Really interesting, I think, place to start here. Definitely, I think they would have banned to this. Because Anathema, he does have a lot of space to play around with, able to sort of outmaneuver the Little Mac maybe sometimes, get a little bit more space to get the setups with the gyro, sort of stuff out those approaches with laser. But at the same time, now we're on FD, and that will be Peanut's reign of terror while this stage orientation is active. However, Anathema going to strike first blood here, not even a minute into the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting because that majority of that first
It's actually dead on town. Oh my god.
No. I was trying to finish my point. Come on, Anathema. Give me a minute. Let me breathe.
Anathema's trying to make you forget that this is a 50% set record.
Exactly.
And honestly, this is just a great matchup because we are constantly talking about how Little Mac can hold up in ones. And you know what? They can, relatively. But I think this Rob is a great counter pick to Little Mac.
I mean, he's gonna zone him out as much as possible. Laser top. You know how it goes. That's the name of the game when it comes to Rob. But Anathema plays Rob a little different from most that you do see. Like he's not afraid to get down and gritty, like right in the front. And finally, Peanut will claim a stock here. And it was just so interesting because at the start of this match, it was Peanut in control. Like he put him at like 70 in like the first 20 seconds, but then Anathema just said nope, Uno reverse card, and brought it all the way down. Now it's 1-2.
And I really think, to sort of speak to your point about how Anathema is just like a different type of Rob player, I think the best way it's ever been put was actually on Tweak Talks. Obviously, shout out to Tweak Talks.
Yeah, shout out to Tweak
Talks. So much for the community and stuff. They said that Anathema, quote unquote, actually gives a shit, and I think that you can really see that in his play because he, has his advantage state is so optimized. He knows so many different strings, so many different kill setups, and on top of that, is willing to go for some of the really cheesy sort of namesake of Rob. The character can be sometimes to rob the game. So, but that one just going to be taken straight up, pretty much. Straight sets there, 68% on Anathema, and 2 stocks to boot. So
yeah, I mean, he did a really, really good job. It was just, it felt so close, but then it just like kept growing more and more, the distance between them. And Peanut, I mean, he's really good at resetting and getting himself back to a better space. So I don't think it's going to be like, oh, Anathema won round 1, he's going to run away with it. I do feel as if he can bring this back up. Make it a 1-1. Give us another set. Come on, let's keep it going. Do
you think the village map played a role in that and kind of like made Little Mac a little bit more hard to use? Like, can we blame it on the map?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Definitely feel he does a decent job on town, but small battlefield. Now this is where boys become men.
Yeah, Town and City definitely sports a lot for both of those characters, but I think at the end of the day, Anathema was just able to take a little bit more advantage of it than Peanut, because those small side blast zones are super instrumental for Little Mac, but Anathema was the one that ended up getting a lot of the combos off the side there, and even is still continuing that momentum here in the game too, as that first stock from Peanut has just been eviscerated.
Wow. Yeah, it was barely 10 seconds, and the man already dropped. Okay, let's see how Peanut can bring this back. Definitely has the ability to do so. Oh, man. But he's got to watch for those lasers. You got to watch for the top, watch for the techs. No down airs. Don't let him connect.
And Peanut managing to get a little bit of momentum here, actually pressuring the platforms, which you wouldn't think that's the game plan of a Little Mac player, but with how many kills this guy gets with up B, it is not surprising to see that he's really trying to play around that specific part of the geometry. And there it is, up tilt, up B. KO punch online still as well. Peanut's so smart with that resource, always, almost like how Wario players will save their WAF. Peanut is always going to save the KO punch, but not going to be able to use it anyway there.
Yeah, immediately gets collapsed on by Anathema, taking these stocks super quickly, trying to send Peanut down to losers and say, see you later, nerd, as he is just, he is completely focused, zeroed in, trying to win this, and it's definitely showing.
Well, that's the double-edged sword when you're talking about Little Mac, because they can definitely knock you out, and their knockback potential is insanely huge. But at the same time, they are relatively squishy compared to other brawlers.
Yeah, I mean,
of course.
It's a little Mac. It's Rocky 3, you know. He's a little guy with a lot of heart, and he's showing it right now. But it's gonna take a lot more than that to get through the Anathema, because man is a unit.
Yeah, I mean, right now, and we've already seen this coming from Anathema like 10 times, at least twice.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating, but still, the down air from Rob is just so dangerous.
Okay.
Meanwhile, how about the up air coming from Peanut on Little Mac to now make it 1 stock apiece?
Look at the KO punch meter as well. Super efficient time to get that up, or rather to get that last stock, as now Peanut is going to have all the pressure in the world here on this last stock. Gyro being thrown up in the air, great counterplay there. Just wants to take it out of the game for a few seconds, maybe set up a neutral situation where he can get the KO punch, but instead it's going to fall to Anathema here, and now Peanut is going to have to play an honest game here to take this last stock.
Yep, and I mean, twice in a row he's got those up B kill confirms. We'll have to see if he can do it again.
There's the super runner on the neutral B. I was wondering when we were going to see that.
Oh, wow. Did he
to
drop
no
shield?
avail, though.
Did he drop shield
Yeah,
there?
I think he
oh
did.
My God.
He might have been looking for a parry.
Yeah. Oh, man, super close to bringing it back right there. But now Anathema up 2-0. Peanut. Looks like he had the answers, but the timing was just not on his side.
Yeah, and I think Peanut, he's really started to pull out all the stops in this matchup, because once you see that aerial neutral B, he's actually using the super armor of that move to fall through Rob up air.
Right.
And it's a good mix-up, because 1 or 2 times maybe you'll be able to catch a Rob player off guard. With Anathema, though, it's going to be once or maybe even 0 times he might be able to react to it and then punish you on the ground.
Sure.
So very high-risk option, very high reward as well, though, because you'll be able to get out of disadvantage relatively scot-free most of the time, but just not going to be enough there in Game 2. And Peanut, I mean, we're in best-of-5 territory now. This is top 32, so one more game to play with here, try and bring it back, but just not looking too good as per these last 2 games, at least following their example.
Yep, and here we are in round number 3. Match point territory currently for Anathema as they look to try and solidify their win and get the 3-0 sweep over Peanut. But right now, Peanut's starting to answer back a little bit, but although Rob still holding on to a very small lead.
Yep. Okay, KO punch ready online. I would love to see him use it, but at every single turn, Anathema has just denied him that ability. Down air once again. Little Mac, he can't reach up too high. The man is not able to reach for the heavens. His up B does not send him high enough. Anathema knows that very well. I'd like to think the robot likes to know things at this point in his career.
I have to say, that was actually such a good recovery from Peanut.
Yeah.
He just misspaced his counter there. He was actually trying to counter the gyro in order to get that dash. Because, you know, unlike other counters in this game, Little Mac actually has a guaranteed dash that comes out of his counter upon actually, you know, absorbing a move. It's just that he missed the tech afterwards and misspaced the counter itself. So now Anathema already having taken another stock before we could even finish the explanation of that last interaction there. But I mean, Peanut showed a few signs of life here in the first stock, being able to use the super armor of that up-angled forward smash in order to sort of deter Anathema from approaching aerially. But now Anathema just more than content to stand under a platform with a gyro in front of it. However, there it is again, the up-angled forward smash, almost actually taking it there. F-tilt going to be enough. 1-tap, 2-tap off the side of the screen is Anathema here, as Peanut is really going to have to look for something big to bring this one back. KO punch meter almost filled up.
Yep, hopefully he can get a score with that KO punch. Okay, it is online now. Do or die time. Good parry. Sitting at 78% on his final stock, 50% for Anathema. On his second, the KO. Oh my God.
Here we go. It's final stock territory now, 1 stock apiece, and right now Rob still has the lead in percentage.
He's
now
too far.
Little Mac, that's it. They
Too
can't
far.
recover. Little Mac's recovery just can't. It's not the greatest, to say it politely.
Yeah, and Peanut there, I think he was actually looking again for a counter, just to be able to
get
sail
that dash
right back to the ledge, but instead did it a little bit preemptively there. Did not wait for the laser to actually come out from Anathema and then using it. He used it preemptively rather than reactively there, and I think that was really just what took it away from him there. It was a good mix-up on the recovery. He'd been recovering low for a lot of it. I mean, which is a weird thing to say for a Little Mac, but Peanut's definitely he's the best in the world at that character, or one of the best, if not.
He's the Little Mac.
Yeah, so